Each of us have names that define us. Sadly, our culture has found a way to take these things we find comfort in and use them against us. They tear us down when we feel strongest. We might not be able to see these labels and slurs, but we feel them. Many of us have been called names because of our religion, race, or past decisions. Sometimes these names mean nothing to us. They just come off as jokes. But other times, these names and hurtful words deeply impact us and bring back memories of our past insecure selves.
Megan has Down syndrome, which means she has an extra 21st chromosome. It was something that she was born with, and there's nothing to really help it. She is at a higher mental state than a lot of people with Down syndrome. Some people with Down syndrome can't even speak or convey ideas, and she's actually pretty high. She can talk, and she understands, like, if you talk to her for the most part. Some difficulty day-to-day life for Megan would be she can't, like, read or write like we can. She's only at a first grade level for the most part, and so she just can't comprehend things the way we can, and she just has a hard time understanding what certain things mean and don't mean. She just gets a lot of weird looks from people, mostly younger kids, which doesn't really offend her. She doesn't know that she's different. She kind of just thinks that she's not, even though we've told her. But she, I just don't, when I defend her, it's mostly not when she is with me. It's just when I hear people say, like, oh, I look like I have Down syndrome, or like, you're so retarded, and I'm just like, you don't know what it's like to have Down syndrome or be mentally retarded, because that's actually like a scientific term, and it's insensitive. I look at people with disabilities differently than I think a lot of other people do, because I understand what they and their families have to go through. Megan having Down syndrome has affected me just because I'm more patient and a lot more understanding of difficulties that people have with learning disabilities, and I'm not as quick to judge people based on how fast they learn or if they understand something, and she's awesome. She's made my family so good.
Having a mentally challenged sibling affects me and like how people treat me, because like in public and stuff, it's hard to do things with her, and people will like stare at you, and it's just kind of difficult sometimes, so we don't really get to do a lot with her. Yeah, it's, for me, like personally, like I've had instances where I like talk about it, and then like one time in 6th grade, like this kid on the bus totally like bullied me about it and like made me like run off the bus crying, which was like obviously really difficult. Luckily, I mean, like my family, we really deal with it very well, considering I know it's been hard for like my dad and stuff with that. She has difficulties with just living regular life. She can't live on her own. She has to live in a care home. She can't speak. She uses sign language sometimes. She kind of just mumbles, or she'll like point to something that you want and you have to take her with you. She can't like get dressed by herself and like clean up by herself. You have to help her with all that kind of stuff. And she can't obviously live independently. And it's helped with my view on life, because I notice like a lot of people don't think before they say like retarded or like stuff like that, and I always do. I never use that word, and I'm really proud of myself for that, because I like know that just because somebody does something stupid, like that doesn't make them retarded. Like they're not mentally challenged or anything. So I feel like I'm able to like view people better that way, and like I don't make people mad at me for like saying words like that. And I don't know, I just really think that people really should think before they say stuff like that. It's just really like hard when you hear that and you say, hey, don't say that, but people just laugh at you, and it's like, no, really, like you don't understand.
So don't let some word or label break you to pieces. You are exactly who you're supposed to be at this moment. You might not be exactly who you imagined, but right now, who you are is the most perfect version of yourself you can be.